Hey everybody, Michelle is back. And I want to get back because I started to say something and then I forgot about it in reference to the issue with our planet and the fact that there were human beings from outside of our planet, from other galaxies and other planets who have attempted to help us. Okay, so again, our existence and this planet, more specifically, have existed for millions and trillions of years. Okay, unlike what you're being told. And this is for young people to consider and contemplate. The fact that the fact that you're being told that this planet is only 2,000 years old. I mean, I think you as young people know that that sounds a little ridiculous, actually. you know, because they're talking about dinosaurs. So where the hell were the dinosaurs, and where are they now? Right? There were dinosaurs. None of us, to my knowledge, have seen dinosaurs, have we? But we have proof that dinosaurs exist. Scientific proof that dinosaurs did exist. Now, again, I haven't seen any. Have you? And I doubt you will. But does that mean that they did not exist? And so that's the point I'm making here as to how you're gonna have to think for yourself about things. Young people, you're gonna have to think for yourself because unfortunately, people who call themselves our leaders, whether they're our parents, our city council, our presidents, our mayors, our governors, police officers, unfortunately, in my opinion, they fail in us. And they have failed us. And young people know that. We've been failed. Okay. Now failure is an opportunity. Failure is always an opportunity. Keep that in mind. There's always opportunities when you have failure. And that's where you need to be focused on. Yes, it's tragedy all over, but it's only the tip of the iceberg. And it's because human beings are doing this we're doing it to ourselves. Nobody's doing it to us. We're doing it to ourselves. So, and I was saying, and I'm staying in my present lifetime of 58 years. So let's say in the span of 50 years, this is what, let's stay in that little small window instead of going millions of years, or even going 1,000 years, or even going 2,000 years. Okay, so you're gonna say in my 50s, it can accept the fact that this planet has only been alive for 2,000 years? Come on, okay? So just like I said, just because you can't see it, hear it, or feel it, doesn't mean it doesn't exist or it did not exist. So my point is, there's definitely destruction with our planet. Our planet is crumbling, okay? Now, what does that mean? Well, it means there's destruction, and it's going to affect a lot of people, especially if they're in those particular areas of where they've been warned that certain things can happen. Okay, and then you add the mass of people, the mass of equipment, the mass of materialness, material goods and services, it just becomes too much for the infrastructure. That ought to be that is logical, and I know it is logical to young people. And like I said, you don't have to really necessarily be arguing with people about it and attempting to persuade people, convince people, pressure people. Just let it be. Focus on how you can clear your thoughts to presumably save yourself from future events. Okay. So, again, it would be illogical to believe that there are not other people outside of our planet that exist. Okay. And there have been many attempts during my lifetime of teachers and people with information attempting to contact a certain group of people and say, hey, you know, blah, blah, attempting to reason with these people that there's someone or there are a group of people that want to help us. Okay, Eisenhower, Truman, and Carter. Okay, Eisenhower, Truman, and Carter. Now, chances are the people that work under those administrations are dead, long gone and dead. And nobody's going to admit they know anything. And that's just the way it is. And unfortunately, they were missed opportunities, okay, during my lifetime. So, for people to come in and help us. And again, there are more things out to harm us than to help us. And you just need to understand that. Now, is that true or false? You figure it out and you think about it. It requires creative thinking, creative thought, and controlling your thoughts and managing your thoughts, and understand the impact and effects your thoughts cause and are causing. So yes, there's something going on, outside of this universe, outside of our planet, that has been going on for millions of years, though. It didn't just happen during my lifetime. Okay? And it hasn't been many other attempts, I'm sure, with quite confidence and certainty, that there have been many others that have reached out to help us, to help this planet. Okay? Because if you go to the moon and go to Mars and look back on Earth, I'm sure they can see what's going on down here quite clearly. And I can guarantee they don't like what they see. That's why they're going those places. That's why they're going to those places. Does it make sense to you? I hope so. Anyway, enjoy your day. Be your own teacher. Study subjects that interest you, and you don't have to necessarily share with anybody. I know we do have to provide for ourselves. That is our responsibility, to provide for ourselves and be responsible and accountable. But at the same time, on the side, investigate other parts of subjects and matters that concern you, and bring you some clarity, hopefully. Because I've always been fascinated by, the subjects of humanities, the Socrates, the Plato's, Aristotle. I was in also Buddhism. All those things were kind of fascinating to me. Those type of those type of studies and that type of information. I was more so always into that. Always so fascinated by philosophy and those type of subjects. And just knowing that I knew there was more than meets the eye. Just put it that way. I knew it. I felt it. I sensed it. And that is how I've always been wanting to just move forward. And that's probably why meditation was introduced to me. One day, minding my own business, I was in my early 20s, and all of a sudden something comes in the mail. And it was a cassette tape, back in the day. It was cassette tape. And the cassette tape had on there something about meditation and blah, blah, blah. And I've never heard of that word before. So, so things do come to you and assist you if you just know what you're asking for and and it has to be more than materialistic. It can't be just, I want a new car. I wanted to know the answers to the fabric of who the hell am I? Who am I? What am I? Why am I here? Those kind of things. And I wasn't happy with the answers I was receiving from my elders at the time. The ones that are steeped and in religion, and those kind of things. So anyway, I want to send peace and love, and everyone, like I said, be your own teacher. Be your own teacher.